Hi, this is Matt Piccolo, and I will be talking about the website for the Supreme Court of the United States. It's SupremeCourt.gov. What can you find on this website? You can find information about pending cases, you can find the oral argument schedule for cases before the court, opinions and orders of new opinions and prior opinions, court rules, information for attorneys who are practicing before the court, as well as other information. Now let's look at the website. Here it is. The top right, you see a search box. I found that the search box isn't the most efficient. You can find some documents through that search box, but I don't think it's the best search engine that I've used. Recent decisions down here on the right side. This is the oral argument calendar. This month there are no actual arguments, but if you go to a prior month, you can see when there were oral arguments and when they're upcoming. And down here you can find information that's more for the general public about the court, visiting the court, etc. The pages that we would use the most are here. Right here on the docket search, if you know the docket number of a current case, you can type it in there and find information about it, or else you can try typing in the name. For example, the Hobby Lobby case. If you type that in, brings up a few results, and if you click on one of those, verify that it's the actually the case you're looking for. But you can find basic information about the case, the questions presented here, there's a link, and then all down here you can find every action that has occurred with the court in the past, going all the way back. You can also find information about the attorneys who are on the case, as well as attorneys who have filed an amicus brief that has all of their information there. Now this oral argument link is helpful. Here you can find lists in various forms, by month, by year, by day, of oral arguments that are coming up. Now what I've found is that if there's a specific case you're looking for, these different lists here and here are not the most helpful. It's best to know about when the case you're looking for is going to come up if you're going to find it, but you can find it, and it's nice to be able to look at the whole term on these links up here. Now, two very useful links are these right here, the argument transcripts and argument audio. On this transcripts page, you can find transcripts going all the way back to 2000, and it shows you the actual transcript of the oral arguments, which is nice. You can read it there, or you can listen to the audio. Now the audio goes back only to, I believe, let's see, 2010. So if you want to find audio that goes further back, this website actually refers you to another website that I have found to be extremely useful. It's called Oye, and here you can search for any case going back basically to when they had audio, ever since they've had audio recordings. You can search for a case. There it is. Now down here you can see which justice wrote the opinion, which justices voted in the majority, which ones were in the minority. You can sort these by ideology, by seniority, by vote. And then here you can actually watch the transcript of the oral argument and listen to it at the same time. This is very useful in case you're not familiar with the voices of the justices, because they show here who is saying, and you can follow exactly the argument with the transcript here. So I found that to be very useful. I highly recommend this if you want to do in-depth research on a Supreme Court case. Now, that's about everything on oral arguments, so let's move on to the briefs. Now, one definite weakness of this website is that you can't find the briefs for pending cases on this website. If you go here, it tells you where to find briefs, and it sends you to other websites. So The briefs you can find on Lexis and Westlaw, but that's definitely a negative of this website that you can't even find the briefs there. Information about bar admissions, court rules, and other things. Now let's move down here to the opinions. A slip opinion is the second opinion that comes out. The first is the bench opinion that they actually read at the court. The slip opinion is an opinion that has some edits to it. Anyway, you can find those opinions by session there. And then down here, you can actually see the bound volumes, which is kind of nice. I'm not sure if we would ever use that, but you can see the whole volume as it's written in the US reports. These links contain thousands of pages, but I thought that was kind of cool. The case citation finder, you can type in the name of a case. Oh, I found that on this one you have to put it in quotes, and it will tell you the name of the citation. This isn't particularly helpful because that's pretty easy to find on Westlaw and Lexis and other places, but that is a resource there. Now, that's about it here. Again, you kind of need to know the term that the opinion was in to find it, unless you might want to search up here in the search box. Now, orders of the court here. As you probably know, the vast majority of cases are not heard before the Supreme Court. They are dismissed. So this is a list of orders for things like a writ of certiorari that is denied. They publish those here. Okay, let's look at a specific example. If you remember the Windsor case that was in the 2012 term about DOMA, let's see what we can find on the website about Windsor. First of all, let's try the search box. Now, it turns out that this was such a big case that the Supreme Court actually created a web page just for this case, which I'm guessing is rare. They have all this information with the briefs and everything, but assuming that we're not going to have access to that, we can search for the argument transcript here. Just type in Windsor and search for it. And there it is. We could do the same here on the audio and find it there. I won't do that. If we wanted to find the opinion, just click there, bring up the term. We know it was the 2012 term, which we do need to know to find it. And there it is on the top. It was the very last one of that session. Okay, to finish this review, let's briefly look at some of the strengths and weaknesses of this website. The strengths are that it's official. This is the Supreme Court's actual website, so whatever you find on there, you know is official information. You can track current cases. This is probably the best place to do that because until the opinion has been delivered, that's where the most up-to-date information is going to be. You can find audio back to 2010, transcripts back to 2000, and it's free. The weaknesses are that there is limited information. For example, you can't find the briefs. It's focused more on recent cases. If you want information about older cases, another source might be the better place to go. Also, it's repetitive and scattered. By that, I mean there were several things that I found on different pages, and it's just kind of, it's not the most intuitive website. It's a little bit repetitive, basically to some very user-friendly. But it does have a lot of great resources on there if you're trying a current Supreme Court case, or if you want to find the audio or transcript of oral arguments. Thank you.